I caught myself the other day, quietly proud of who I am turning into, and I almost didn't trust the feeling because I am so used to being hard on myself. It was a small moment, nothing happened, no win, no result, no external thing that justified it. I was just doing something ordinary, getting up, starting up the day, doing the work I always do, and out of nowhere, this quiet feeling showed. Something like, you're okay, you're actually becoming someone you'd respect. And my first instinct was to push it away because I'm so used to the opposite, so used to the measuring the gap, finding what's missing, telling myself I'm not doing enough. The self criticism is the default, it runs in the background almost all the time. So, whenever the gentler thing appeared, instead this small, warm sense that maybe I am on the right track, I almost didn't let it in, but I did. I sat with it for a second and I want to talk about it because I spent so much of my time documenting the hard parts that I think it's only fair to document this too. The part where quietly it feels like it might be working. I think the version of me from a year ago would be surprised by who I am now. Not in a dramatic way, I am not unrecognizable. I haven't transformed into some completely different person, but there are small things he couldn't do that I do now without thinking. He couldn't sit alone with his own thoughts for very long. I can now. He needed constant noise, constant distraction, constant something to avoid just being with himself. That's quieter now, more settled. He gave up on things the moment they got boring. I pushed through the boring part now. Not perfectly, but more than he could. He cared so much about what everyone thought that he barely knew what he thought. That's loosening. Slowly, I'm starting to actually hear my voice underneath all those other voices. None of those achievements you can show anyone. There's no certificate of becoming slightly more comfortable in your own head, but I noticed them. And looking back at who I was, the distance is real, even if it's invisible to everyone but me. What feels good isn't the results, because the results still aren't really here. What feels good is that I'm becoming someone regardless of the results. That's the part I didn't expect. I thought the good feeling would come from the outcome, from the business working, the channel growing, the proof finally arriving. I thought I'd finally feel good about myself once the external stuff lined up. But this feeling came before any of that. It just came from the doing, from showing up enough times that showing up became the part of who I am. And that's strange because reassuring the thing to realize that you can feel good about yourself based on your character instead of circumstances, that the person you're building is separate from the things you are building. And the person can be solid even when the things are uncertain because circumstances are partly out of my control. But character, that's almost entirely mine. And it turns out that's the thing that actually feels good to have. Not the win, the person who would I be worthy of win, whether it comes or not. I notice it most in the small disciplines. The fact that I get up when I said I would, the fact that I do the thing even when no one would know if I didn't, the fact that I keep up promises to myself now, small ones, but I keep them. That's newer than it sounds. For a long time, I broke promises to myself constantly. I decided to do something and then just not. And now, every time I did that, something eroded. This quiet trust between me and myself, it kept breaking, and I kept not noticing it was breaking. Now I'm rebuilding it, one kept promise at a time, and there's a specific kind of self-respect that comes from it. From being someone you can actually rely on, from knowing that when you tell yourself you'll do something, there's a real chance you'll do it. That you're not just talk to yourself anymore. That trust feels good, not loud, quiet good. That feels very good. The kind that sits underneath everything and makes the whole day feel more stable. Like the ground beneath me is a little more solid than it used to be because I made it solid, one small kept word at a time. I want to be careful here because I don't want this to tip into something it's not. I'm not saying I figured it out. I haven't. I still have the hard days. I still doubt. I still compare myself to people further along and feel behind. All of that is still true. The struggle videos I make and performances, that stuff is real. But both things can be real at once. I can be struggling and still becoming someone I respect. I can be uncertain about the outcome and still proud of the person I'm building. Those aren't contradictions, they live together. I think I used to believe I had to wait until everything was good before I was allowed to feel good about myself, until the doubts were gone, the results were in, the path was certain. And by that standard, I'd basically never be allowed to feel good because the doubts and the uncertainty don't fully leave. They are the part of the deal. So I'm choosing to let myself feel this now in the middle of the mess. Not because the mess is resolved, but because the person walking through the mess is becoming someone worth being. And that's allowed to feel good even when everything is still unfinished. The thing I keep coming back to is that this is the part that lasts. The results, if they come, will be nice, but results are temporary. You hit a goal and the feeling fades, and you need the next one. External things are like that. They give a hit and then they are gone. You are back to needing more. But who you become, that stays. That becomes with you everywhere, into every future version of your life. That discipline I am building now, the self trust, the ability to sit with myself, the comfort in my own head, that's not going to fade after a week like a milestone does. It's structural. It's becoming it's becoming the actual foundation of who I am. And that's why the quiet feeling means more to me than any result would, because it's not based on something that can be taken away. The business could fail and I'd still be someone who shows up. The channel could stay small and I'd still be someone who keeps promises to himself. The person is regardless of how the circumstances land. And I am building two things at once: the external thing, which might work or not, and the internal person who's becoming someone I'm quietly proud of either way. And honestly, the second one was always the more important build. So that's the feeling I caught the other day. Small, quiet, almost easy to miss, just a sense in the middle of an ordinary morning that I am turning into someone I'd actually respect. I don't say that to sound like I have arrived. I haven't. There's so much left. So much I still struggle with, still doubt, still don't know. But underneath all of that, something solid is forming, and I felt it. And for once, I didn't push the good feeling away or immediately replace it with everything I am still missing. I just let it be there. I think I actually like who I'm becoming, not who I'll be when everything works out, who I am right now in the unfinished middle of it. The one getting up early with no proof, the one keeping the small promises to himself, the one quietly becoming someone whether anyone's watching or not. I like him, and I think that might be the most honest win I've had so far.